Lakers continue their journey as they play an interconference matchup in this road game. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. For the Bucks, they continue their stretch of home games.
The world was expected of this roster coming into the season, and they've managed to meet those expectations. Only question is how they'll perform in the postseason.
Well, you know, in my mind, as dominant as they've been over stretches of the regular season, it's really hard to see them not putting in a major run at the title.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
You know, growing up in Greece, Giannis Antetokounmpo was so poor, he and his older brother, Thanasis, had to share a pair of tennis shoes. I mean, how about how far he's come since then? Now he's the first foreign-born player ever with his own Nike signature shoe.
Here we go with Holiday running it up the court. Rebound the Lakers.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Here's James. Off target with the jump hook.
And, Clark, they say back in Greece, all of Giannis's basketball shoes were hand-me-downs from his teammates.
Greg, nothing like not having enough to drive you to get more. I mean, clearly, you think about Giannis and his background and where he is now, he and Thanasis oftentimes would take turns playing in the game, swapping the same pair of shoes. Those days are long behind both of them.
And that one's good by Davis.
And I tell you what, AD is able to brush off those defenders with ease because of how strong he is. That's what they call weight room.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. Back to Portis. Middleton outside. Over Caldwell Pope. Shots good by Middleton. Middleton's got 5 points so far.
Well, I like the fact that Middleton takes advantage of the mid-range jump shot. When he gets room to pull the trigger from there, he's taking it, and he's almost automatic.
Nice shot by James.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor. Love the read there from Antetokounmpo. I mean, his basketball IQ is really impressive when it comes to alley-oop attempts. Oh my goodness! That was special. Tell you what, just add that one to the highlight reel. James is truly one of the greatest slam dunkers of all time. Take a risk with those long passes. They're lucky the D couldn't collect them.
And the Bucks making a change here.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong, I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. And the Lakers making a change here. Here's LeBron. Stolen by Middleton. One-on-one fast break. Middleton on the wing. Back to Connaughton. Pass to Forbes. From past the arc. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
As a spot-up shooter, guys, Forbes is right there amongst the best in the league, and his movement is what separates him from many. And he gets those chances, he'll convert.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. Let's just call him ladder climber.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And it's Kuzma with the ball for Los Angeles. This game against Milwaukee here, it's their first look at the Bucks.
It's not often we get to see this matchup, but it is a doozy when we do. Just two powerhouse teams facing off.
Really easy to tell that this is an important game. I mean, I don't know if the crowd will get a chance to take a breath in this one.
The wide open look here for Kuzma. And a miss there on the triple. Lopez outside. Back to Forbes. Trying to get open is Lopez. Forbes can't get it to go. LeBron shot is off.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one. And I don't care what his size is, you cannot forget to box him out. He's just got a nose for the ball, and he is fearless in attacking the glass.
James in the post. And it's sent back by Lopez. Tie game in Milwaukee. We'll get things started in the second quarter. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
The three. Middleton can't get it to go. And GA Chris Middleton over his career much improved on the defensive end.
A true two-way player. I tell you, that 6'11" wingspan helps. Able to use that length to bother shots and disrupt passes.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, if you just look for a few minutes at Giannis Antetokounmpo on the court, you know why he's called the Greek Freak. But it's the drive that makes him an MVP. He said people try to make it complicated. Life is simple. You know what you want, go get it. Do what it takes every day and don't lie to yourself. Guys, I hope you understand I'm being truthful in all of these reports. Back to you.
Love the intensity. David, thank you.
And for everything that Anthony Davis does on the floor, you can't forget about his defense. Still an elite level defender, guards multiple positions and turns away a number of shots.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete.
No question about it. He's very comfortable in the air. Dunks like that, no problem for him.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight, neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Here's Davis. Again, Los Angeles. And Davis gets a lot of blocks without getting in foul trouble. About a 1-to-1 ratio for him in his career.
Incredible, and he's done a great job of learning how to go straight up, playing vertical. Gets blocks, but doesn't get pulled out of position. Does everything you want from a defensive anchor.
Bucks trail by 4. It's stolen by Davis. LeBron with the bucket. LeBron's got 14.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Anytime your field goal percentage is in the high 50s, partner, you're doing something right.
Inside, DiVincenzo. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
You know, when you see Antetokounmpo make a pass like that, tells you just how much he's matured and grown as a player and decision maker.
Los Angeles leading by 4. James, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Well, there's a good reason this guy shoots as many threes as he does. Chris Middleton is a knockdown three-point shooter.
And James throws it down.
You know, guys, I would call that methodical but explosive. You know, he waits for the opportunity and then boom, right to the rack.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay. He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Giannis outside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Davis.
And quite honestly, guys, Antetokounmpo, get that name right, folks. He's one of the most unique, talented players in the league. I mean, long arms, which really create a lot of problems for the defenders, whether he's passing or shooting.
And James throws it down hard.
Well, he's fantastic at playing to his strengths. Doesn't get outside of himself. I mean, when he's scoring at an efficient clip like that, he's hard to stop.
To the middle. It's stolen by Davis. There's a minute 47 left in the second quarter. Count it. Good. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, how about how well they defended the rim? Not just blocking shots, but also altering them here in this first half.
Now here is Holiday. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Good on the bucket. Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his special?
Whatever he made, it was special. It wouldn't matter.
Now here's James. 18 points for him. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Timeout called the Lakers. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated. Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. You know, even though LeBron doesn't go 100% every minute of every game in the season, GA, he still knows when to turn it on.
And for someone at his age, that is something you have to know how to do. You can see when LeBron kicks it into that next gear. Can't keep it on all the time, but he's still able to take over when he needs to.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
You know, with AD's improved court awareness, when guys on his team get open, he'll find them.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up.
That's what they've got him out there for, fellas.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Antetokounmpo, no good. And here they go. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. He's at the quarter-century mark, 25 points for him in this game, as they have looked to him over and over to make things happen. Right back after this break. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Back to Antetokounmpo. Lock at 6. Middleton. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, I tell you what, Middleton getting his hands dirty inside on the glass. We know he can shoot it from outside, but inside points are bonus.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. This is his second trip to the free throw line. And the first one at the line is good.
And you know, when you've played over a decade and a half in the league, it's expected that you're going to slow down, but LeBron still going strong.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Portis. Back to Middleton. Now Holiday. Covered by LeBron.
Yeah, credit Holiday for getting to the line on that one. With his quickness and length, I'd like to see him do that more often.
The Bucks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. Both free throws good from Holiday. Los Angeles leading by 9. The drive by LeBron. Out to the wing. Pass to Kuzma. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. Here's DiVincenzo. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Giannis right side. And that one drops.
Like that creativity down in the paint. Antetokounmpo showing you how crafty he can be scoring from there.
And stolen by Portis. Outside, Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
He's shooting free throws, number 4 in 5 here.
And really, guys, his percentage from the line at 70 isn't quite up to snuff.
And fellas, I think you have to like his improvements over his free throw numbers from a year ago. It's not a significant number or a huge amount, but it's improvement nonetheless.
That one is off. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those 2 guys were teammates in high school.
Go figure is right.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has said he doesn't want people calling him the MVP because he doesn't want to relax. He said he fears failure, so he has got to get better.
Schroeder outside. And LeBron throws it down hard.
Tell you what, if he's within shouting distance of the basket, he's going to get his buckets. You can count on that.
Well, Greg, there's been some debate. What do you think? Is Giannis the best player right now in the world?
I tell you what, if there's a conversation, he has to be in it. You know, some people might go with Kawhi, Kevin Durant. He's coming back. LeBron James is there as well. But Giannis is probably the guy to lead that conversation.
Goes up. And Davis throws it down.
And And it was ignited by the steal by LeBron. I mean, he's got his head up right away, and the ball is out of his hands quickly. Doing all he can so far, but they still find themselves trailing.
Now here's LeBron. And no good. Great tee that time from Giannis. Lobs it up for Holiday. On the wing, DiVincenzo. 5 to shoot. Here's Giannis. And he uses the glass on the layup. Now just a 5-point Los Angeles lead.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
There are very few that can handle and battle with Davis inside. I mean, he's got really tremendous strength and agility and a nice touch.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. And the 22nd pick in 2015, Bobby Portis with a nice shooting touch.
And at the same time, not afraid to mix it up, maybe to a fault. At times we've seen him get caught in the heat of the moment. You got to channel that competitive edge and stay strong mentally.
Boy, LeBron's taken a lot of punishment over the years. For him, just part of the game.
The Lakers have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. Timeout called, the Lakers. Free throw good, LeBron. And both free throws good for LeBron.
And really making the most of his opportunities there tonight. Hasn't been the struggle we sometimes see him go through.
And the rejection by James.
Using his length and timing and bounce to perfection there. LeBron James, excellent shot block.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can. Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Bucks trail by 8. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Now here's LeBron. He's got 32. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Oh, Middleton in position. Outside Holiday. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And stolen by Drummond. Here's Davis. And he overshot that one, missing. The Bucks shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. That free throw, no good.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot? Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. And his big game. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Los Angeles leading by 4. And LeBron throws it down hard.
You got to keep this guy away from the basket. I mean, that's about as easy as it gets for LeBron.
The shot that time, not on target. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Basket counts.
You know, with that much of a height advantage, that's exactly what you should do. Take it straight to the rim.
And stolen by Drummond. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Here's Davis. A rebound by the Bucks.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
For 3, Middleton tips it up. It's good on the putback.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up.
And if you're the defensive team, it just kills you to give up baskets like that. Boy, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
Portis can't get it to go. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Los Angeles. 8-point game. The 3. Kicks it out to James. Over onto Kumbo. 5 on the clock. Schroeder with the ball. He's picked up by Drummond. And it's the Bucks on the break.
And the best part of that sequence wasn't Holiday's steal, but his quick decision to push the ball and start the break. That's when the D's most vulnerable, and he took advantage.
And the Lakers call time here.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Frank Vogel talk to his team during the break. He loves the aggressiveness on D. He said we're doing a great job of challenging everything they're trying to do. Stay active, talk to each other, don't let up. Kevin?
Hey, you know, in the age of analytics, there's a ton of talk about player efficiency these days, and as we can see by Antetokounmpo's performance tonight, his efficiency, extraordinary.
Bucks trail by 4. And Holiday, here we go. And stolen by LeBron. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles.
Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better.
Guys, I hope we get to see a few more of those.
Giannis, no good. Lakers leading by 6. Pass to Schroeder. Back to LeBron. Drummond in the post. James left side. Shoots over DiVincenzo. LeBron outside. Right side Davis. And the rejection by Giannis. Shoots over Portis. And it comes off the front of the rim. And it's the Bucks ball. Holiday makes it off the glass.
With experience, skill, and ability, Holiday makes for the perfect go-to scoring option.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play. That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
And the Bucks making a change here. A bit under 3.5 minutes. Pass here in the 4th. There's the lob into Kumbo. And the dunk by Giannis.
Well, I tell you, the future of the Greek Freak is extremely really bright. I mean, he really has shown the ability to deliver in important spots of game. Poised under pressure to produce at the right time in the big time. AD.
On the wing, DiVincenzo. Here's Lopez. It's not going to go for him. Good D by Drummond. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
AD staring him down and letting him know this ain't over yet.
Antetokounmpo with the ball. He's picked up by James. And plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. And the foul called on Los Angeles. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Los Angeles.
Boy, the points they've produced off their play in the post have been so valuable for them in this game, guys. I mean, it's been a huge part of what they're doing.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Davis.
And I tell you what, Antetokounmpo has a real killer instinct on offense. I mean, this guy is serious about trying to score the ball and make plays. Always playing downhill, always in attack, and constantly keeping the defense on its heels.
If he hits all of those, they're feeling a lot more comfortable, but now still a one-possession game.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They lead by 3. 44 seconds left in the game. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way. You know, guys, sometimes that just happens, but you don't like to see it when the game is this close.
Left side, Portis. Middleton outside. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Great D that time from Davis.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim. LeBron James is clutch. Not the first time he's done that, nor will it be the last.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're down by 5. 24 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Yes!
And in addition to his great talent, Antetokounmpo has the reputation of being an outstanding leader as well. He's a clutch player who demands the ball in these situations. You love that.
And it's all about the 3 right here.
No doubt. I mean, the next shot has to be a 3.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure. It's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they got to try to manage it.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
That's good from Schroeder.
Unflappable. This guy.